Alrighty, give me just 1 second. Looks like we're good to go. We're gonna do a quick audio test, guys. This is Chief Forecaster Cameron, and
And Derek here once again. Good evening to everybody out there around the state as we get ready for a very active period coming up over the next 7 days or so.
definitely. So we're gonna wait for just a few more minutes for some folks to come in. We're doing live. This was kind of like a last-second live stream talking about the winter weather threat for tomorrow, the severe weather threat for tomorrow, and then kind of talking about next week. Because I know a lot of people are going to tune in. They're going to be trying to figure out what's going to be happening next week. We promise we're going to get to you guys' questions, but like always, we got information we got to go over first here. So just hang tight. We're going to go through it as quickly as possible, and then we're going to go from there here. So
it is a jam-packed
big time.
Weather Watchers Live this evening, so we got a lot to go over, a lot to talk about. So we're just going to jump right in.
Definitely. So, we're going to wait for a few more people to come in. Yes, I know Roku's going to be behind a little bit, guys. That's how it is because we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV. It's going to be just a touch behind, but it's going to be okay. That's technology for you. It's going to be a little bit of a delay, but it's going to be fine. So, let's see here. I think we've got pretty much everybody we're going to get. Obviously, there's going to be people that are going to tune in late. It's a Saturday evening. Like I said before, Chief Forecaster Cameron, Derek here. We're also going to be talking to you guys about pretty much everything we're going to be happening over the next 5 to 7 days here. So I'm going to start you guys off with the winter weather advisory up here in northern and northeastern, far northeastern Arkansas. This is going to go for tomorrow night. This is not going to be during the day on Sunday here, even though there could be a little bit of winter weather first thing tomorrow morning. This is really going to be during the evening and into the nighttime hours on Sunday as we get the colder air into the state here. So that's for those up there in northern northeastern Arkansas. Elsewhere, we're not expecting this to be expanded down into central Arkansas or anything like that here. So go ahead, Derek.
Well, so the biggest thing is that, we've talked about this in the evening outlook now for a couple of days about that possibility of that wraparound moisture affecting us. Again, everybody tomorrow during the day is going to be rain and or storms.
Yep.
But as our cold air blast comes in, your temperatures are going to fall significantly throughout the day tomorrow. So basically, we're going to start with the temperatures in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Northwest Arkansas could be in the 20s, while Southeast Arkansas is in the 70s by, say, 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
Definitely.
A very dynamic air mass coming in.
Yeah, and I want to make this disclaimer too as well, guys. Yes, we are worried about the severe weather threat here. We had a couple of people, smart alerts, on the comments earlier on. We have had ample amount of posts about Sunday. If you've been paying attention over the last week, we've told you guys that the severe weather threat is there on Sunday, and we've been talking about it. It's just this time of the year when you talk about winter weather, it buries severe weather. So we are watching severe weather for tomorrow. We're going to talk more about that. Right now, it is going to be focused for our folks in southern and southeastern Arkansas. This is not going to be a widespread statewide event, but we are going to be here. So for those that are listening in right now, I want to make that clear. We are watching that severe threat for tomorrow. No, we're not focusing just on winter weather, and that's it. We do have that to talk about as we move into tomorrow. It's just going to be a jam-packed next couple of days. You're going to have a lot of stuff thrown your way over the next couple of days here. So let's get started on the current radar here. And we've got a combination of a lot of things. We've got this system out here, as you can see in Colorado right now. This is going to be the system that's going to create this chaos tomorrow. It's going to bring the potential of seeing severe weather for our folks in southern and southeast Arkansas, the potential of a massive winter storm for our folks up there in the north. That's Kansas, Missouri, which was Illinois, Nebraska, etc. So it's going to be a very chaotic Sunday here. We're going to be talking about a lot of things as we move into tomorrow, and then also as we move into next week here. Go ahead, Derek.
Yep. So the biggest thing is that, what we are watching is our low in Colorado is going to come down. And behind that, temperatures in the teens and the 20s. Temperatures are going to be much colder on Monday than what they will be tomorrow morning. Right now, most of us around the state are in the 40s, especially, and then even some 30s up in northern Arkansas. When you get up in the morning, your temperatures are going to be in the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s across much of the state. Our highs are going to be seen for our folks in West Arkansas around noon, our folks in Central Arkansas around 3, and then our folks in Southern Arkansas around 6.
Yeah.
So our highs are going to be seen relatively early in the day, and then those temperatures are going to plummet as we head into the afternoon hours. That's why we have our severe threat in southeast Arkansas. Again, our severe threat is from West Memphis to the metro, to Texarkana, and points east.
Yep.
Now, as you go to North Arkansas, that's where we expect snowfall. But that's tomorrow night into the early morning hour on Monday.
Yep.
Our severe threat is where we are concerned about for that possibility of damaging winds and a chance of a few isolated tornadoes as well.
Definitely. So I'm going to try to sum this up because this is going to confuse a lot of people. I can just see it now. Severe threat from late tomorrow morning throughout your afternoon hours on Sunday. That goes for, I'm going to be honest with you, central, southern, southeast Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time seeing a severe threat in North Arkansas. Okay? Then what's going to happen is that Arctic cold front that's going to push through, it's going to get cold very, very, very quickly. So if you have plans, first thing tomorrow morning down there in South Arkansas, it's going to be warm. Temperatures are going to start off in the 40s and 50s. They're going to rapidly warm up throughout the day. Once that front cuts through, you're going to notice it. It's going to be a rapid change in temperature. So if you have any plans starting tomorrow afternoon that goes to tomorrow night, rain that coat. I know you're going to hear that, hey, oh, it's not that bad. It's not cold outside. You're going to need it as we get into tomorrow night. Temperatures are going to rapidly fall here. So the timeline for severe weather is going to be from 12 p.m. to 6. That goes for the entire risk area that you see on the graphics right now. Another thing, do not skim graphics, guys, okay? Over the next, I'd say 5 to 7 days, you're going to have a lot of information thrown at you. I mean, a lot. You're talking wind chill graphics, snowfall accumulations, all this. You're going to have a ton of graphics thrown your way over the next couple of days. Very important that you pay attention to the graphics, guys. It's going to tell you the cities, the risk, the timing. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. So just warning you now in advance because it's a lot of information overload coming your way over the next 5 to 7 days here, okay? Once this system, the severe part of this ends, what's going to happen is the snowfall potential is going to wrap around behind the system, and that's where you're going to get it for our folks in northern Arkansas. So just kind of keep that in mind here. But I will say this, just, and no disrespect to Storm Prediction Center whatsoever, they do an amazing job. I have a very hard time buying this northern risk up here in northeastern Arkansas. I think the majority of this will likely be in this zone right in here in central, southern, and southeast Arkansas, because what's going to happen is your boundary is going to struggle. It's going to struggle to move to the north here. So you got to, let's move it tomorrow, we move it to next week, know your counties, know your cities, pay attention to graphics. That's the biggest thing I'm going to tell you over the next couple of days here. Go ahead, Derek.
So let's go and look at our risk by risk.
Yep.
Again, we're not worried about the hail threat tomorrow. Could there be some small hail? Yes, but we're not really worried about that. Our concern is going to be watching, one, the storm line that is going to move through. This is a given. You're going to have a line of storms move across with the Arctic front. Two, we are worried about that tornado risk, especially for any storms that develop ahead of that line of storm. We are going to have a lot of wind energy with this system. Our low is going to be moving through northwest Arkansas and southwestern Missouri. That means you're going to see a lot of wind energy with this storm tomorrow. Our regular winds are going to be 20 to 30 miles an hour. So again, you're going to have a lot of wind with this as well. For our folks in southeast Arkansas, especially I would say for folks from Stuttgart to Pine Bluff, El Dorado, Monticello, Crosset, Lake Village, I would say this is where you need to be on guard for potentially maybe a little more elevated tornado threat.
Yeah.
Especially between 12 and 6.
Yeah.
Because if our front slows down a little bit, we could see a little bit more in the way of storms develop ahead of that line of storms.
Yeah.
But the greater risk obviously does exist anywhere in level 1 and level 2.
Definitely. So, like I said before, I'm seeing the comments coming in right now. I want to make this like a quick PSA. Do not let this severe threat catch you off guard tomorrow. Okay, I know there's a lot of excitement right now with cold and snow. I get it. I 100% get it. Do not let this catch you off guard tomorrow, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen with the warm front, the Arctic boundary that's going to push through. Derek, we're going to talk about this coming up in just a second. The A0Z HR is really starting to get a little bit more aggressive with the severe threats we move towards tomorrow. So pay attention next couple of days, because if you lived here in Arkansas long enough, this pattern, the weather is going to change rapidly over the next couple of days here. So
one thing to mention on this, folks, is that, okay, I know the excitement around the winter weather, the forecast coming up later this week, but any power outages that come from tomorrow's severe weather threat could have long-lasting implications, because behind tomorrow's front, everybody drops well below freezing tomorrow night.
Yeah.
A lot of places are going to be below freezing for several days.
Yep.
Even our folks in South Arkansas, where our severe threat is greatest, will barely get above freezing. You're going to be in the teens and 20s at night. Temperatures right around freezing to just above for several days. So that being said, and with depending upon the extent of severe weather we see tomorrow, we could see power outage for several days.
Yeah. So 2 things. Number 1, there's a tornado warning tomorrow. We're going to be here. Okay. We're not, we love to, we like talking to you guys about winter weather and stuff like that. You can't throw severe weather under the rug. I know it's been a tough last 2 years. You can't throw it under the rug. You can't. That's how it is. We got to get through this first before we start talking about everything else. Number 2, I hope I pronounced this name right. Mika. I hope I pronounced that right. I want to talk about this too, because this hasn't been talked about a lot. You're going to have 30 to 40 mile per hour winds behind this Arctic front. There's a reason why we really haven't talked too much about the flash freeze potential. That's what it's called, by the way, flash freeze. We haven't talked about this because what's going to happen is behind this, you're going to have wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. What does that do? That dries off the roads. Obviously, we'll watch the areas that don't see a lot of wind. That might be up there close to North Arkansas, etc. We'll have to wait and see. But this will not be a widespread issue. I promise you, this will not be a widespread issue come Monday morning. The winds, 30, 40 mile per hour winds, is going to dry off the roads. So you don't have to worry about any travel issues as we move into Monday morning. Maybe in North Arkansas with the snow that we get Sunday night, but Central and Southern Arkansas, there should not be a situation at all here. And Brian, yes, we're going to talk about that coming up in a little bit. That's got my eye on this other screen right now. Looking at the newest data from the 0Z HR regarding tomorrow's severe weather threat.
So let's talk about our wind threat as well. So this another aspect, that we want to harp on about this, folks, is that the damaging wind risk is there. I don't buy the far northern extent on this.
Yeah.
But
a little far north.
I do think places like Texarkana, Arkadelphia, Hope, Little Rock, Searcy, Win. As perfect, let's draw a circle. I would say from West Memphis to Win, Searcy, Conway, and point south and east will be at the greatest risk for damaging wind.
I lost you for just a second. What did you say?
So West Memphis to Searcy to Conway, and then down.
Okay, so pretty much kind of like this. There we go.
So basically, anybody in that area, I think, just stands the greatest risk for that squall line.
Yep.
Keep in mind, our cold front's going to cross West Arkansas early in the day. You're going to have those winds pushing against that cold front. So as this cold front continues to move east, it is going to form into a line of storm. Hence why your level 1 risk starts right around the I-30, I-40 corridor.
Literally right there on that corridor, and then
Right, because that line is going to have time, to really develop.
Yeah.
As you get into southeast Arkansas is when it's really expected to form and develop, because we will have all day to destabilize ahead of that front.
Definitely. So that's something that we're going to have to watch as we move into tomorrow. Let me go over to the graphics real quickly here. So this is behind the system here. So we've talked about the severe weather threat for tomorrow. Obviously, we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Kind of a combination of both severe weather and winter weather in this live stream, along with answering questions. But this is going to be behind the system tomorrow here. Now, I want to make this crystal clear for those that are listening to this right now. Do not blow the page up first thing tomorrow morning saying, "Oh, you guys lied. It's not snowing outside." This is for tomorrow night into Monday morning. Okay, you will not see this during the day on Sunday. This is going to Arkansas is going to be too warm throughout the day on Sunday to see any winter weather. Obviously, if you have any travel plans like going to Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, into the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, you start talking a different situation. You start talking the potential of a massive winter storm up there. But this is going to be tomorrow night into Monday morning. Okay, I want to make that crystal clear. Do not blow this page up tomorrow talking about you guys lied, it's not snowing outside. It's going to do it, but it's going to do it tomorrow night going into Monday morning here. So I can't rule out, and no, Derek, we were talking while we were making this graphic, and that southern extent, from Fort Smith, Russellville, over to Searcy, to Wynn. If you want to talk about that a little bit more, you can go ahead.
All right, so as we move into tomorrow night, and it's going to get cold, downright cold. For some of you, summer lovers, crazy cold. For people like me, I'll still be outside in a short sleeve shirt, and a t-shirt, because I love the cold.
Ruth, I'm with you. It's too brutal.
That being said, we still could see there should be Arctic air will squeeze out any available moisture there is. So that being said, how far south you could see some snow flurries late Sunday night into early Monday morning for our places in the River Valley and in that light blue area. I fully expect light snow to be seen in the dark blue, but the southern extent is going to be the question mark. How far south past the Fort Smith line? How far south of Russellville? How far south of Searcy does that get? I don't expect to see those snow flurries much further south than this. Now, that being said, if we see a little bit quicker, now Arctic air does tend to come in a little bit faster and a little bit deeper than data shows. So we're going to have to watch for that possibility that the snow flurry line could be south. No accumulation is going to be seen out of this. This is strictly going to be a snow flurry. Get your hopes up and get excited, but nothing's going to be seen. So kids, do your homework. Get ready for school on Monday.
Yes, sir. Tuesday, actually. Tuesday.
Some Monday, some Tuesday.
Some Monday, some Tuesday.
So,
I noticed that. Yeah.
That being said, that's what I expect to see. So don't anticipate school to be out.
Yeah.
For our folks, say Harrison, Mountain Home, Walnut Ridge, where the winter weather virus is in effect, you could see school out on Monday morning because temperatures are going to get brutally cold up there a lot faster than they will, say, further south.
Yep, and that's why we have that over here on the graphic where we have the power outage. Not really expecting power outages. We'll monitor that because you will have 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. We'll keep an eye on that. But for the travel issues and the wind hazard over here, it's something that we got to monitor because you're going to have, I would say, pretty much blowing snow because you have 30 to 40 mile per hour winds. The ground is going to get very cold because temperatures are going to rapidly fall. So there could be some travel issues, especially up here in this dark blue area from Fayetteville over to Clinton, over to Batesville, Jonesboro, over towards Walnut Ridge, and the Blytheville area. Pretty much the areas that are currently under the winter weather advisory that you can see on the bottom of your screen.
Highlight Ashley's comment because a lot of people are looking for the Roku channel still.
Okay.
So again, this is the one. So this is the app. So just really fast. So one thing I want to stress while we have this comment up. So if you're looking for the app, that's what it is. It is the Red Arkansas, and it says the Arkansas Weather Watch.
Same logo that's at the bottom right corner of your screen.
And so one thing I do want to mention with this, we do local 6-day outlooks. That is not computer generated.
Yeah.
That is our thought process going into it. That is 100% human-made 6-day weather forecast that is updated every day of the week.
Yeah.
So when you see that outlook and you see that on the Roku channel, though, that is 100% our thought process going into it. That is not a computer generated outlook.
Yeah.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Definitely. So and that was a big time summer project too, getting this ready to go so you guys can have a resource that's not Facebook, that's not YouTube, and you guys can still watch us. You can still watch us from your Roku or your Fire TV, guys. So
let's go. So just wanted to throw all that out there. So let's talk snowfall totals.
Yep. So this is just a generalized half an inch to an inch of snowfall. Obviously, there could be some sleet, maybe a little freezing rain thrown into this. This is going to be, by the way, for tomorrow night and into Sunday morning. Monday morning. Excuse me. Sunday night and the Monday morning. I got confused for this second. The days have been just all over the place.
We're still on that holiday break time.
Yeah. So I'll check Kim. I'll check into YouTube. It's not. There's no slow mode on YouTube, so you should be good to go over there. But anyways, we're talking at least a half an inch of snowfall for our folks up here in northern Arkansas. Pretty much where that winter weather advisory is right now. Mainly on grassy, elevated surfaces.
Yep.
Your ground temperatures are still running in the 50s right now. So it's gonna be a little bit for it to accumulate. But this shouldn't be a massive, travel issue and stuff like that. Something that we'll just have to deal with first thing Monday morning with folks trying to get back to work, trying to get back to school, and everything like that here. Tanya, yeah, I saw that comment. Yeah, I know you're gonna have somebody that's gonna do it. That's just how it is. You're gonna have somebody that's gonna be like that, and it's. I promise you, it's okay.
Now,
yeah, go ahead.
Again, y'all seeing this accumulation map right now. All I'm gonna say is, with trends hold,
Yeah,
you will see that accumulation map and then some when we get to late week.
definitely.
Speaking of late week, you've heard the chatter about it. You've seen you've seen graphics all over Facebook about it. We've talked about it in the evening outlooks on the Weather Network. What are we watching for late week? Trends are your friend if you're a snow lover and a winter weather lover in the national state.
Definitely. So we are, and this is not tomorrow. I want to make this clear. This is not for tomorrow on the Monday's event. This is for the one that's going viral on social media right now, the Thursday and Friday event. I want to stress right now, this is where we are. We're 5 to 7 days out. So what you're looking for is the large-scale trends. You're looking at the pattern. We've got a system now. We've got a system on lock that we're keeping an eye on.
Mm-hmm.
But is it going to be faster? Is it going to be slower? Is it progressive? Is it strong? Is it a weak system? This is the kind of questions that you're asking 5 to 7 days out. There's a lot of snow maps going around right now. There's a lot of accumulation maps going out right now. And I'm telling you guys, I love y'all to death. Do not take those accumulation maps and run with them. Okay, all it's gonna do is gonna drive your anxiety up, and then you're gonna get to next week, and that accumulation map has changed like a billion times between now and then. So as you can see and this is a skill that we use, our entire team used to forecast winter weather here. We don't start talking totals or accumulation until we are at least at the bare minimum 4 days out.
Yep.
Most times it's 3. But the bare minimum, if we've got a pretty good agreement, it's 4 days out. So we're nowhere near talking about totals and all that other stuff right now here. We're still trying to figure out what this storm system looks like. Is it going to be a strong system? Is it going to be progressive? Is it going to slow down? We're trying to get that on lock right now before we start talking about totals and everything. So go ahead.
So the biggest thing we look for in situations like this is, when is it coming on shore? So
Yeah.
our system is coming on shore tomorrow. It is going to be coming on shore, and that's when what we call the upper air network, which is a range of weather bullets, national weather offices, start actually measuring the system. So by Monday afternoon, we'll really have an idea on what we're looking at in terms of will it be snow, ice, rain, etc. And that's when we'll start honing in on amounts, stuff like that. I fully expect if trends hold, we will see watches, whatever, start going out as early as Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then of course, obviously, we're still looking for that Thursday into Friday time frame as the potential for any winter weather event that was seen.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have questioned is our temperatures. So a lot of times guys warm us up too fast when it comes to Arctic air masses, especially with the snowpack we are going to have to our north, with some of them getting two feet of snow. So with that being said, is guidance tends to warm us up too fast.
Yep.
You're going to have plenty of cold air in place. The question is going to be storm track.
Shout out to Sonic, by the way.
Yes.
Go ahead.
If your storm track goes too far south, let's say if it goes through the Gulf of Mexico, then that takes out most of Arkansas except for our southern counties. If it goes through let's say Gulf Coast to I-20, that's when we're talking about central and southern Arkansas. But our folks in northern Arkansas could get cut out Then, of course, obviously, if it tracks along I-20, then you're talking about the entire state. One thing I like to say,
yeah,
if Dallas is going to get it, typically we get it.
yeah. You guys, you guys notice the amount of questions that he threw at you guys. All that information he just threw at you guys. That's the stuff that we have to process 24/7. So that's why we're not worried about snowfall accumulation maps. We're not worried about how much we're gonna get here, how much we're gonna get there.
Yep.
We're still trying to figure out if we're gonna get a system or not. And right now, it appears with the trend today that we are gonna have a system in place to work with, and that's when we start getting to day 3, day 4, when we start talking about system ice, snow, all the other stuff here. So it's not us not liking winter weather. It's we want to provide you guys the most accurate information possible without all the hype and everything. So, John, I want to get to your comment too. Could we, and this is the end of the graphics, by the way, so I think we can start tackling questions and talking about tomorrow and talking about next week here. So, could this severe threat shift west if the system were to slow down, or is it so strong that it won't slow down? This is the pattern that we've been in. We've been stuck in this pattern since last month. It's pretty progressive. This is something that you deal with when you're in a La Nina pattern. Everything is just so progressive. It's like, you get a system here and it's gone within a heartbeat. So this one is slowed down enough for our folks in the north to get a winter storm and for us to deal with a severe weather threat here. So yes, there is the possibility that this could slow down enough for this severe threat to shift a little west. But I think with the cold front moving in pretty quickly, I think Southwest and West Arkansas should be just good to go for this severe weather threat here. I think the best time for your moisture return to come in is going to be for our folks in central, southern, and into southeastern Arkansas. But that was a really good question and something you would deal with if we were in a much slower pattern across the year here. So if y'all go out to see snow, make sure make sure you can't hold on to Derek so he doesn't fall again. Oh man, I remember that event. I will never forget that event.
So something else to keep in mind here, is that with the severe threat tomorrow, let's go and look at that again.
I got you.
All right. So one thing about the severe threat. So now that we talked about everything, we want to focus on the severe threat tomorrow because that is the first pending thing. Okay. So we have severe threat tomorrow afternoon.
That's a really good question.
Okay.
Get you in just a second. Yeah.
So we have severe threat tomorrow afternoon. We have a very, very, very light snow event for North Arkansas only Sunday night into Monday morning. And then we have this system that we're going to watch late week. So once we get past our severe threat, all attention will be on the late week system. But we want to get through tomorrow's system first because my fear and Cameron's fear is that the severe threat is going to be overlooked because it's winter time.
It happens all the time. And it's not shaming anybody for it. I get it because Arkansas doesn't see cold and snow all the time. But we can't, we can't sweep severe weather under the rug just because, it's not it's not blue on the map, guys. We still have a job to do. We still got to cover our folks down there in southern southeast Arkansas. But once this passes through, that's all we get to talk about is cold and winter weather here. So, I don't know, do you see Sarah's comment over there on your screen?
Yes.
She said that would visibility be an issue Monday morning combined with the wind and snow?
So, it's going to really depend.
Yeah.
Because, again, whether it be a wet snow, whether it be a dry snow up in northern Arkansas, it is going to be a relatively dry snow. So, that being said, then what we could be dealing with is a little bit of blowing snow. I don't think visibility is going to be much of an issue because it's going to be so light of a snow. But for our folks in northern Arkansas, like Fayetteville, Harrison, Walnut Ridge, Piggott, places like that, where we may see a little bit more, then it could be. But I don't think that's why there is a winter weather advisory in effect.
Yeah.
For that reason, for that possibility.
Definitely. So let me go through here. So this is going to be the severe weather threat for tomorrow here. So Amanda, I want to get to your comment. So nothing but rain in Jonesboro. You're going to see the winter weather potential tomorrow evening and into your Monday morning here. I'm really worried. I'm really worried right now. A lot of people are overlooking this severe weather threat. I want to do this. If you have folks in South Arkansas, Southeast Arkansas, tell them about tomorrow. please, because I've got a lot of people that are so focused on the cold and snow, trying to prepare for it next week, folks. That's next week. We've got a ton of time to sit here and worry about that. This severe weather threat's tomorrow. And I know it's not a level 3 or higher or anything like that here, but the environment we're going to have tomorrow, you got to realize this is a very powerful system that's coming through. You're talking 2 feet of snow and a significant ice event north of Arkansas. We're going to be on the other side of that system, which means you're going to have a severe weather threat to deal with as we move into tomorrow here. So do not ignore this severe weather threat. I don't want people coming in tomorrow saying, I didn't know there was severe weather. We're telling you now so that way you can be prepared. Okay, that's the reason why we have both severe weather and winter weather to talk about. I promise you, we're going to talk about next week once we get past tomorrow. But you got to make sure, especially my folks in southern, southeast Arkansas, up to central, that you're paying attention to the severe threat for tomorrow. And I'm going to show you why coming up here in just a second with the 0Z HR here. So let me see here. So this is going to be Miller County. That's going to be in southwest Arkansas for tomorrow. I think this should be out of your area relatively quick. Unless there's a slowdown between now and tomorrow, I think you should be relatively fine. I think the majority of this severe threat should be for our folks in eastern and southeastern Arkansas. Okay, so let me see here, just going through the comments. Dylan, I love you, by the way. I see Dylan in the comments. So yeah, there's no need for milk sandwiches yet. I never understood that, by the way. I never understood that. I'm an oatmeal guy. Oatmeal and bananas. I'm taking oatmeal when it's snowing outside here. So let me see here. Let me just go ahead and eating with the with the flame torture over there.
So biggest thing is that. So let's look at the data. So let's look at the. Let's look a little bit.
I'm gonna bring Sarah's comment up real quickly here while I switch over to the data.
So biggest thing is the severe weather. So the biggest thing about the bust potential is that cold front.
Yep.
Is that cold front moves through relatively fast. We won't be dealing with any severe weather, and we'll be talking even maybe that isolated potential that snow line to come a little further south.
Yep.
If this front moves through fast and the Arctic air pours in faster, then you can be dealing with a different setup. But I think overall right now, confidence is relatively high in everything occurring, how it's occurring right now.
Yeah, and Sarah, I think you read my mind for like the past week, because I was telling him the same thing. I was like, the last event, that warm front struggled to get out of Louisiana, and it was just, the southern row of counties that dealt with the severe threat. What was the difference between this previous event and this one? Is this one's a much stronger low, and it's further to the north compared to the one last time. So that will allow your warm front to move further into Arkansas. We also don't have a massive rain shield ahead of the warm front as well. As you can see, this is about 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. A couple of showers here and there across southwestern Arkansas that will keep it out. We're going to have to watch,
Cameron. I'm seeing these individual cells
yes, sir.
Popping up tomorrow morning, because here's the thing. Your warm front's going to move north before sunrise in the end of the morning. So like right now, it is 45 here at the Weather Center. By the time we get to tomorrow morning, it's going to be in the 60s.
Yep.
I want to throw it out there. Just because it's cold right now, don't mean it's going to be cold in the morning.
Also,
that's what's letting a lot of people down, I think, Cameron, is the fact that the temperature is so cold right now.
You live in Arkansas. You should know better than it. You should. Temperatures do not stay the same down here. It's either one extreme or the other. So, but yeah, I agree. That's probably what's going on. Is that, it's so cold outside. It's been windy today. It's not really a severe weather field. And I'll be honest with you, that's where we get most of our severe weather, is when it's cold the day before.
Yep.
And then you start to warm things up rather quickly throughout the morning hours here. So your time's going to be down here. I've got that circle for those that are wondering timing for tomorrow. Obviously, we'll have a timing map and stuff like that when the time comes here. But I want to do this, if my mouse can cooperate with me here. Let's go over to preset type so you guys kind of see what's happening here. Take a look at the north, first of all. Massive major winter storm up there. You're talking almost a couple of feet of snow up here, the sleet totals, freezing rain, crippling ice. Yeah.
I will say this.
Yeah.
So for my folks in Arkansas that are mad we're not getting that, be glad. Be glad that this system went north. Because this is a setup, they're going to have a major ice storm in southern Missouri, southern Illinois,
Yeah.
southern Kentucky tomorrow.
That's 1 to 2 inches
Upwards
of
of
ice up
an
there.
inch,
Yeah.
inch to an inch and a half of ice in some locations. So be glad that went north.
Yeah. I hate it because we have to do with severe threat, but this would have you either been dealing with a severe weather threat with this, or you would have been dealing with a crippling ice storm.
Yep.
And that's what we were worried about earlier on this past week, was that potential, but things have trended north. So let's take a look at here, and I'm going to stop this right around lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of things that are standing out to me. Number one, supercell activity coming out from Louisiana, coming into southeastern Arkansas. And then number two, the Arctic boundary that's moving in. That's roughly from Little Rock up towards, I'd say, that's Walnut Ridge down to just west of Magnolia here. Okay, so for those that are wondering timing, I've got two circles on here. One that's Arkansas map, and then your timing at the bottom right, the bottom right corner of your screen here. So we're gonna have to watch this very, very closely. Another thing I'm concerned about too, Derek, is there's a good amount of instability tomorrow. You're talking upwards of 500 to 1,000 down here in southern and southeast Arkansas. So do not overlook this severe weather threat. Okay,
Yep.
I get it. Cold and snow takes priority for most people. I'm telling you now, do not overlook it. So tomorrow, if you see us live going over a severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning, that is not the time to start asking about how much snow you're going to get next week. Okay,
Yep.
Right now is the time to be like, hey, we've got severe weather. This is the time my folks in central and southern Arkansas especially,
Yep.
pay attention tomorrow, because this is going to happen pretty quickly as we move into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. This
Fully-
passes through, and we're good. Go ahead.
I fully expect to see that enhanced expanded to more of South Arkansas as we get into the morning hours tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just because of that, because one thing we did not have with the last event was the instability.
Yep.
We have the instability tomorrow. That's my concern as we go into the day tomorrow, is that
That's
your
a good
instability is going to overlap your best shear.
Yep.
It's going to overlap your best ingredients, and you're going to have a warm front in the state that is going to create enough shear to create problems tomorrow. Will this be a tornado outbreak like they saw last week? No.
No.
But will there be enough for at least a few possibilities for a few spin-ups for a supercell that gets going? Yes.
I'm saying right through there. That's where your boundaries are the base. So that's a really good question we got pulled up here. So why are we not expecting the weather to be a higher threat or a higher severe threat for tomorrow up there in North Arkansas? Well, what I'm going to introduce you guys to two terms: warm air advection and cold air advection. And that boundary, let me see if I can get my mouse to work with it here. This boundary right here, that's Jonesboro, that's Walnut Ridge, that's Searcy. This boundary right here separates the two: cold air from warm air. So the reason why we're not expecting the threat to be higher up here is because you're going to get a lot of pushback from the cold air, which is going to suppress the warm air down in the southern and southeast Arkansas. You got to keep in mind, you're trying to get a warm front north before your frontal boundary undercuts everything. It's all timing. At the end of the day, this is all timing.
And
So,
you see all that snow. So
yeah, I'm to the north, correct.
one thing I want to mention is it's already starting to ice and snow in Missouri and Kansas, Iowa, Illinois in the morning. All that snowfall that with Arctic air mass coming through it.
Yep.
All that cold air wind is going to be pushing down on this warm front,
Yep.
trying to lift north.
Exactly.
So what it's going to do is create a barrier. A barrier is what it's going to do. How far north can that warm front go? That is going to determine. There's a reason why
I think
you don't normally see.
Yeah.
You don't normally see. A lot of warm fronts move north this time of year is because of that snowpack up north. What this system lays tomorrow also sets us up for late week.
Yeah.
So I want to throw that out there as well. Again, our focus is tomorrow. Now, that being said, that cold air aloft is going to be working in. Hence why your severe threat is there tomorrow.
Told you
We're
guys
not
this
going to
was
have that cap.
Told you guys it's going to be a jam-packed live stream because you've got a lot of moving parts. You've got tomorrow, you've got a severe threat, you got a winter weather threat tomorrow night into Monday. Then you're trying to figure out next week. Folks that are trying to figure out next week, I'm going to be honest with you, we've got time to watch it.
Yep.
Okay, we do. It's just now Saturday. I know there's a lot of snow maps. I hate when people do this. Post the snowfall total maps on social media. It goes viral. You get all these people worked up, and it's 7 days out. You've got 7 days to watch that very, very closely. We will talk about that coming up in a second, guys. I'm really worried. A lot of people are just, throwing tomorrow away. That's it. Let's focus on next week. We've got time to watch it. I promise you. I promise you we've got time to watch it.
So, Cameron, everybody sees our weather alert bar at the bottom of the screen right now.
Right here.
All you see is the winter weather advisory.
Yep.
So literally by noon tomorrow, we'll call it 1 o'clock to be safe. You can see that bar with the winter weather advisory, a tornado watch, severe thunderstorm warnings, and tornado warnings.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there's a legit possibility, especially if you're tuned in to our live stream, or you're tuned in to the Roku channel or the Fire Stick channel. You could see multiple alerts by noon tomorrow.
Yep.
And it's mind blowing to me that
this
man right here across from me developed all this throughout the summer.
Yeah.
That's one thing to me, that this man right here developed all this throughout the summer. And two, the fact that can be seen that we're going to be seeing potentially multiple alerts tomorrow at one time.
That's how Arkansas works. You're going to have severe weather and you're going to have snow at the exact same time here. So, to answer Eric's question here, this is something that
yes, we have.
Yeah, we have. What was it? 2012.
It was the 2012 system.
Yeah.
You had severe thunderstorm warning in South Arkansas. You had a blizzard warning in Northeast Arkansas. You had a winter storm warning in West Arkansas. So yeah, it does happen. I mean, we've seen several other times where you've had a winter storm warning in Northwest Arkansas and tornado warnings in, say, Union County, Ashley County, and Shear County.
Yeah.
It happens more often than not.
Yeah. So
let's take this out.
I'm getting a little concerned about tomorrow. Dylan, I think you saw. I saw Dylan's comment pop up on our server over here. This is what I'm worried about tomorrow. I'm not meant to scare anybody with this, okay? But I want to show you guys this. This is the tornado parameters for tomorrow down here in center southeast Arkansas. First of all, I think the enhanced risk needs to come north and west. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Number two, these higher totals down here from Little Rock to Camden, El Dorado, Lake Village, Crosset, over here towards Stuttgart. If you have folks in southern Arkansas that don't have the weather coverage, stuff like that, tell them about our page, because we cover the entire state of Arkansas here. We really want our South Arkansas people to be on guard as we move into tomorrow here. So this is why we're stressing so much over it. Okay, this is not like, oh, you guys don't like winter weather. It's not that at all. I wouldn't be stressed over severe weather if this wasn't popping up on the screen every 5 seconds with the HR and with the other data here. So this should clear out. We get this out of here by 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then things get cold there. And you can go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah. And so again, once we get this out of here,
yep,
then we're going to shift our focus to the potential of winter weather in North Arkansas. This is why our winter weather advisory in effect for our folks in North Arkansas.
Yeah, zero coming in with that.
So this is why we are watching that possibility. So our severe threat moves out. The low pressure that is bringing in the Arctic air. Again, temperatures are going to go from the 50s, 60s, and 70s to the teens and the 20s.
Let's take a look at that. Yeah.
In just a few out, folks. This is, there's
your cold air coming in. Yeah.
So let's back it up,
okay,
Cameron. So let's back this up.
Where you want me to?
All the way back.
All the way back.
All the way back. So this is why you're going to have severe weather.
7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
So here's 7 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
60s in South Arkansas, 40s in Central. This is my concern in North Arkansas, is how warm do we actually get. This is why we're going to be watching North Arkansas, our folks from Harrison to Mountain Home to Piggott, Walnut Ridge, closer to tonight.
Yep.
But our folks from Southeast Arkansas, we're really going to be watching, because watch as this goes out. So there's our warm front at 7 a.m.
Yep.
Let's take this out. Notice your warm air being pumped into this low. You only see this with the strongest systems. Now, here we are, 11 o'clock in the morning. Look at how warm it is in South Arkansas. We go from the 40s to the 70s. Look at Central Arkansas. We go from the 40s to the 60s.
Yeah.
Now,
I can blow up that timing a little bit more if it's too small for people to see. It's big enough on my end. I just don't want to block Arkansas. But I can blow the timing up a little more.
So look at our folks here in North Arkansas. We're still in the low to mid 30s. All right.
Yep.
So you are 39 in Mountain Home. You're 70 in El Dorado.
Yep.
This is why the severe threat is so great across Southeast Arkansas.
Yep.
Because look behind your front. You have temperatures in the 20s to 30s and 40s.
Yeah, that is a sharp.
You will go from the 70s to the 40s just like that.
And this is why, I saw that one comment earlier. I think we were talking about, the warm front not making it. Your warm front's going to make it by late tonight, first thing Sunday morning here. So that's going to be a done deal already.
Yep.
Your warm front will clear into Arkansas as we move into tomorrow because it's how powerful your storm system is. Look at your temperatures down here. 70s down here in Louisiana. Upper 60s down here in southern Arkansas. There's 70 degrees. This could be a little underdone, excuse me. Also, northern extent.
Once you
can
cross
see
into North Arkansas, boom.
Correct. So this is why we're saying, Jonesboro, Walnut Ridge, Clinton, over here towards Mount Holm, etc. This is why we're saying your severe threat up here is going to be very, very low. And that's why we were pretty much non-existent. That's what we were trying to say with the northern extent of that risk. I honestly think your best risk is going to go from I-30, that's Little Rock, that's Arkadelphia down to Texarkana, east over here towards Camden, El Dorado, not Magnolia. Well, actually Magnolia too. Monticello, Stuttgart, Pine Bluff, over here towards Crossit, Lake Village. That's West Helena.
Yep.
I think this is where your severe threat's going to be maximized as we move into tomorrow here.
All right, so let's take it down a couple more hours now.
Yep.
All right, so now we're to 2 p.m.
Yep.
All right. So you notice we're below freezing in northwest Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
Already, we are already below freezing in northwest Arkansas. We're getting below freezing in north central Arkansas as well. That's something we're going to have to watch closely tomorrow afternoon.
Yep.
But notice our folks in southeast Arkansas, you are still in the 70s, folks. And this is where our severe threat's going to be maximized. That's why, because you're going to have all day to heat up ahead of our temperatures pushing down.
Okay, I see why they went northern extent up here. That northern extent risk, because your warm front's going to continue to surge while your system's coming in. I question timing.
Very dynamic.
Very dynamic. I question timing up here. That's going to be the Walnut Ridge, Jonesboro area over towards Blytheville.
Yeah.
I question timing that far north because your Arctic boundary is going to be pushing through. So you may have a couple of hours. You may have a severe threat up there, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Obviously, southeast Arkansas is going to be where the heart of the severe threat is going to be. Down there in northeast Louisiana and into Mississippi as you move into tomorrow. So,
all right, so now let's go and take this out. Now look,
Yep.
by 5 p.m.,
look at that.
we're done. We're already hitting below freezing through much of the state.
Yes,
We're
sir.
done. We are done with severe weather. We'll call it by 6 p.m. to be safe.
Yeah.
And then our attention will turn to winter weather.
Look how cold you are
Yes.
up here in Kansas.
Now, I want you to keep in mind.
Keep in mind, this is 5 p.m., folks, and you're in the teens up there.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, you have a massive winter storm ongoing across Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's take a look at our reflect now.
Yep.
Now we talked about temperatures. Let's take a look at our. So again, you have snow ongoing by 6 p.m. tomorrow evening across Missouri, northwest Arkansas,
Yep.
Kansas. So all that cold air is be funneling in over that snowpack. This is why we're concerned about winter weather Thursday and Friday.
Yep.
Thursday night into Friday. It's because of this snowpack that is developing to our north. But we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. But tomorrow night is when we're going to be watching for that possibility of wraparound snowfall as our low pulls out.
Yep.
Especially for our folks from Fayetteville to Clinton to Jonesboro. I wouldn't be shocked to see it as far as south as Memphis. But again, the biggest thing is going to be is these temperatures plummeting. Now, Monday morning,
First
wind
thing
chills. Monday morning wind chills.
brutal. Absolutely brutal. You're talking temperatures up here in northwest Arkansas in the negatives, by the way.
Yep.
This is how, okay, so when you step outside first thing Monday morning, you got kids that are going to be going to school. You've got, folks that are going to be going back to work, stuff like that, first thing Monday morning. This is the type of the air that's going to be like cutting into your skin type cold air. You're talking -1, -2, -3. These are the feels like temperatures first thing Monday morning here. So dress accordingly first thing Monday morning, especially with the kiddos that may be trying to go back to school, stuff like that. It's going to be brutal, especially our folks up here in northwestern Arkansas. Elsewhere, a little warmer, I suppose, but teens upwards to near 20 degrees here. And you're going to have wind gusts. Let's talk about your wind gusts real quick. There's your wind gusts. Let's go out to, notice
throughout the day.
Yeah, throughout the day tomorrow, 30 or 40 mile per hour winds. And they start to calm down first thing Monday morning, but you're still talking upper 20s and 30s across the state for wind gusts. So it's gonna make it's gonna be brutal. First thing Monday morning here, getting out and about, trying to go to work, trying to go to school, etc.
So let's just go through, Cam.
Yeah.
Look at the questions on the data for tomorrow. I know there's a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about, a lot to take in.
Yeah.
So what is? I mean, does anybody have any questions regarding tomorrow's event? Again, this is a Q&A as well. We're going over each section. There's a lot to go over.
I'm gonna go back to 7 a.m. Pause right here. Yeah.
So again, so just to give everybody a rundown, it's going to be mild in the morning, except for North Arkansas. We're going to start cool. We're going to get warmer. Then we're going to crash.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning there won't be a lot of rain. There will be a lot of cloud cover around the state. And then tomorrow afternoon it's going to get loud. It's going to get downright ugly with line of storms, severe. I fully expect the for morning. I fully expect a tornado watch.
Yeah.
So I fully expect also winter weather advisories in North Arkansas have already been issued for the potential of snow tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
But again, a lot to take in. Damaging wind threat, tornado threat.
Yeah.
I want to. Damaging wind threat, tornado threat.
I want to advise, by the way, about the NAM, because I saw that one comment, it disappeared. I don't know where it went. I know the NAM went south for tomorrow. I want to stress, NAM model is a cold bias model.
Yep.
Okay.
We're not going to get.
I'm not expecting a winter storm tomorrow.
Nope.
We're not. Not in Arkansas. Your biggest threat for a winter storm is going to be in Missouri, Kansas, Illinois, etc. I know there's a lot of social media posts out there that saying this may push down into southern Arkansas and all that. Not southern Arkansas, North Arkansas, stuff like that. This is no. If North Arkansas is going to get winter weather, it's going to be on the back side of the low once we get the cold air here. The NAM model is cold bias for a reason here. Okay, so I'm not getting at you for the comment or anything like that. I just want to advise you when you use the NAM because it will be colder than normal. We've seen this so many times. It's great for winter weather, but if you're trying to forecast anything else, it's gonna be too cold for you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's see, and this is like I said before, this is the time now to ask questions. I'm gonna. Do you want to go over next week, or do you want to just focus on Sunday for right now?
Well, I'll tell you what. So we talked about the severe weather.
Yep.
We can go back to this towards the end
Right.
because we also have a sneak peek for something for it. We did this last night in the video. We're going to do this again at the end of this live stream. So stay tuned for that. We have something big to share with y'all. Remember?
I don't have that on there. We
Okay.
can post it on Facebook.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
We
sorry.
didn't get that on there. Okay.
No,
All right, never mind.
it wasn't in our graphic system, so I didn't
Okay.
know.
You're fine. I'll forgive him this time.
Good.
No. So, all right. So, one thing we do want to go over is late next week.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're going to throw this at you again. We want to mention we are still in the watching phrase.
Yeah.
We are still in the watching period of this. This is still 5 to 7 days out.
Okay.
We have a lot to watch regardless. That being said,
I'm gonna do this.
all the guidance has this across the board.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, your ensemble data has it, which is what we go off of, is the main data. We don't go off of raw outputs, but confidence is increasing.
Yeah.
Is it there? No. It is increasing that we are potentially watching for winter weather as we head towards late next week.
Definitely. So we'll walk you through this. Like I mentioned before, there's going to be people up there that, they're going to get mad if you don't get snow or anything like that during this stretch. I want to stress, folks, if you don't get snow between now and whatever happens with this event next week, it's January. It's January. It's not the end of the world. I promise you. Don't go bashing our moderators. Don't go bashing our forecasters and stuff like that, or even our local ones. Zach Hall, James Bryan, Paul the Weather Guru. Those guys, don't go bashing them if you don't get snow next week, something like that, because the weather changes.
Yep.
It changes, guys. We show you guys what's being put out with this data. It's going to change. That's why we have so hard of a time talking about winter weather and cold, because if it doesn't happen, somebody's upset about it.
I will say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you don't get winter weather with this upcoming stretch, I will be shocked.
Yeah.
Cameron will be shocked.
Yeah.
Because the pattern greatly supports it.
Yeah.
If you don't, it will be a shock to everybody. Honestly speaking.
Yep.
All right.
So this is Thursday, the 9th. Okay. Now this is the 18Z GFS. I'll show you the Euro coming up here in just a little bit. Okay. Low pressure down here in the Gulf. Okay. Moisture being thrown over guidance is trying to modify this, but like Dylan just mentioned, with the snowpack to the north, it's going to struggle with the cold air. So we'll call it an Arctic air mass. Okay. So this is where your snowfall potential is going to be. Now, right now, as it stands, this would be a rather significant statewide snowfall ice event for us here in Arkansas. Okay. I want to stress right now, folks, it's going to change. Okay. We're at Saturday. You're talking Thursday. It's within the 7-day period, correct? And it is worth mentioning, especially when our forecast coming up and stuff like that. But I want to stress, this is going to change on you. Okay, so it's very important. That's when you get past tomorrow, that you pay attention to the graphics. You don't skim or anything like that. I want to stress that right now, okay? Because this is going to change a lot. But we've got a low down here in the northwestern Gulf, moisture being thrown over the cold air. And that's where you're going to get the snowfall potential as we move into your Thursday and Friday. Repeat, and we'll make this clear. You've got an event tomorrow, severe threat, southern southeast Arkansas. Temperatures drop like a rock tomorrow night. And then you're going to get cold on Monday. And then you're going to focus on the Thursday and Friday event. This is what we're talking about with the Thursday and Friday event right now. Okay. Now, let's take this out just a little bit. Okay. Now, you're talking, this is Thursday afternoon, by the way. Timing's on the bottom right corner of your screen.
Yep.
Now, let's take this out. And as you can see, as we move into midnight Thursday and Friday here. Now, folks in southern Arkansas, you're going to see this. And you're like, oh, man, it's going to be a cold rain. That's it. Keep in mind, this is going to change a lot between now and Thursday. It's going to change a lot between now and Thursday. Go ahead.
So, two things I want to point out. You have a low pressure camp. Let's circle that.
Yes, sir.
Right on the coast. Okay?
You may not see it because it's... Let me change the view real quick. That was my bad. Let's go to the South Central view real quick.
Right,
okay, there we go.
All right, so you have a low pressure on the Louisiana coast. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Another thing I want to point out: northeasterly winds coming off that snowpack that is being laid in Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, etc. Okay. So what that means is that guidance tends to warm us up a little bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, you bring whatever you see on guides. Again, be it whatever it is. Some of these are much colder. I want to throw that out there. Your operational runs are going to go operational. They run four times a day. They're going to show 4 different outputs. We've had consistent outputs regarding winter weather late week.
There it is.
Now, that being said, our folks in South Arkansas, I fully expect this to be more than just rain. I expect it to be a winter mix. Again, does that mean ice? Not necessarily. Does it mean sleet? Again, as a low pulls away, as you can see, snowfall remains for our local central and north Arkansas. We transition back to snow in South Arkansas.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'll tell you this. That track, man. Are we really talking winter bits in southern Arkansas? I think you're talking. This may be snow.
So my concern is the warm nose.
The warm nose, correct?
As your Gulf moisture wraps around that low, temperatures at the surface will be 30, 31, 32 degrees,
correct.
33, but your loft temperatures will be cold enough, so your mid layers will be below freezing, your snow layer may be just above freezing, and then they transition low.
So that's okay. So because he knows more winter weather than I do, guys. I'm a severe weather guy. He's the winter weather guy. So even behind the low, with the colder air coming in behind it, would you still
that's when you transition to all snow in southern Arkansas.
Correct.
For central North Arkansas, safe bet that I feel like this will be an all snow event.
Yeah.
Cameron does as well.
Yeah.
For our folks in southern Arkansas is going to be our question mark, and this is why we are in that watch for trends.
I think they're talking about the. I forget my mouse and my pen over here.
Yeah, they're talking about that area.
This area right in here. Yeah. So this is what's called what we call a deformation band.
Yep.
This would on here suggest the potential of heavy snow.
Yes.
I'd say I don't know if it's going to let me do it.
Again,
let me look.
Again, don't focus on this verbatim.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
This is way far out in advance.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
So that area, you see that area that it highlights. By the way, those are 3 hour snowfall total. So if you were to do that, you see how it has that heavier band right there.
Yep.
That's what we call a deformation band, and that's where kind of like severe weather, kind of like how confluence bands work, where you have those little bands that promote supercell threats, stuff like that. Same kind of applies for winter weather, where you have this band that will set up on the northwestern side of the low, and that's where you get your snowfall threat to really materialize. I want to say it's called front of Genesis. I want to say, I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that.
Troll.
Troll. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's where you would have to watch for that winter, that highest threat.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm stressing you guys right now. Okay, do not take this and just say, hey, I'm getting 10 inches of snow. If I don't get it, I'm gonna throw a fit about it. No. We're just watching this right now.
Let's show them the Euro as well, because again, that being said, the European model has got a very similar output around the same time. So there was Sunday's
system going.
Now let's focus. Now, as you see,
good heavens, it's going to get cold. 1042 millibar Artic fridge.
I love it.
Oh.
All right. So now
let's take this out. This is going to be a little later timing with the Euro. You're talking late Thursday, going into your Friday morning time frame. So we'll stop it. It's going to be 144 right here. There you go.
So now the GFS at noon, Euro at noon have the same or nearly identical setup. Again, this is deterministic output, not your ensemble means. Ensemble means look very, very similar to what this is now. We forecast and look at the ensemble means to see exactly what it is. We don't go off of these particular runs. Yep. What this is to show you, is the run-to-run consistency of what the model output shows.
Definitely.
So, what that being said is, I know you South Arkansas folks are seeing rain on this particular output. When we look at the ensemble means, they are much colder and show kind of a mix of precipitate type. It could be a situation where Thursday we start out as rain in South Arkansas, we transition to a wintry mix, and then we end as snow.
Okay, I see your warm nose now. I see it now. So you're going to have to watch that very closely. The track of the low is going to be very, very important. And that's because of the fact that your Arctic air mass naturally is starting to modify. Now, keep in mind, your snowpack to the north, and we're stressing this now because model data is not going to pick this up. Your snowpack to the north is going to be very crucial. Had this been, let's say we were trying to forecast this, what's today, Saturday, and this was this previous week, then obviously, we'd be worried about, this is going to be rain, you may see snow in North Arkansas, etc. You're going to have 2 feet of snow literally within 200 to 300 miles away from the state, okay?
Yep.
That's going to bring a lot of cold air south. These model data that's putting these temperatures out are overdoing the temperatures. We're warning you that right now. So our folks in South Arkansas, that's why we're saying we think the warm air advection is going to struggle to come north with the cold air advection, the deep cold air advection in place. That's what's going to lead to the snowfall potential here. That's why I was questioning you earlier, Derek, about are we really going to see rain or winter mitts out of this? Because this sets up Arkansas for a potential statewide snow event.
Yeah.
But I do see what you mean about the warm. Or South Arkansas, you do have to watch out for that that warm nose event here. So go ahead.
Now let's just for fun.
Yeah.
Let's just about one data showing amounts.
Okay.
Again, that being said, this is not a forecast. This is just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say the Euro. Let's take it all the way out.
It's going to go out all the way 144. Okay. That's it.
Huh?
That's it. It's going to go 144 because it's the 18th.
That's right. All right. So again, this is just through noon Friday.
Yep.
This system continues through Friday evening. So this is just through noon Friday. Again, this is one data, one output. It's going to change 1,000 times.
Yes, sir.
Notice Missouri, Illinois. I just said Illinois. Illinois, folks, forgive me, please. Illinois, Kansas. This is from tomorrow's event, okay? So I want to stress that.
Also, I'll look into the YouTube situation here. I don't know what's going on with that. Go ahead.
All right. So
yeah, I want to stress that.
So that is from This is from tomorrow's event.
Yeah.
From tomorrow's event in Missouri. The snow you see in Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma.
Up here.
This is for Friday's event.
Yeah.
Okay. So Thursday into Friday, that's the event we're going to watch for this. Again, this is one output. This is for fun. This is not a forecast. No way these amounts are 100% right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the ensemble means have around 2 to 4 inches for much of the region. That is a realistic output for now. Again, we are in that 5 to 7 day time frame, so it's still a kind of a wait and see.
Yeah. And it's going to change a lot.
Where we're going to be watching for trends, but the trend is your friend if you like snowfall in Arkansas. I will say that.
Yeah.
So again,
I went back to the GFS. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So again, that's kind of what we're watching for late week. For those of you wondering what late week is going to bring.
Yeah.
We're not going to forecast. We're not going to put out forecast maps till we get to possibly Tuesday. Just so that way we have a good idea on what to come. So once again, we are in the 5 to 7 days time frame. We're watching for trends, watching to see if our system's going to be.
Yeah.
It comes on shore tomorrow. We'll have a very good idea. If the same output is showing tomorrow, I feel like we're locked in.
Yeah.
3 to 4 days out, when we get to Monday and Tuesday, that's when we're going to start talking about. Will it be a snow event? Will it be an ice event? Will it be a mixed event? Will it be a cold rain? Then obviously 1 to 2 days out, that's when we'll be able to start honing in on amounts. For those of you that have, I'm going
to address this real quickly. First of all, folks, we're not taking out any comments. It's a YouTube situation. It's an error, okay? We take constructive criticism here. That's what our team is built off of, okay?
Yeah.
It's an error on YouTube. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to look into it after the event to see what's going on. It may be something that
It's a YouTube thing.
Yeah, it may be a setting in there that I may have I've done. I'll look into it afterwards. But folks, we're not taking out any comments unless you are bashing someone in the comments or you're just being flat out rude. Okay, if it's constructive criticism, that's great. But it's not us taking the comments down here. I want to make that clear right now.
YouTube.
Okay, so it's not us doing that. It's YouTube. YouTube's being weird.
That's
the first time it's done that too. I don't know what's going on.
So that's the same reason why we don't have our 24/7 channel up on YouTube either.
Correct.
It's because of the weirdness going on.
Yeah, so it's not us.
I
don't know what's going on. I'll look into it because we can't be having that during severe weather events here. But yeah. we take constructive criticism as long as you're being respectful about it.
Yeah.
But it's not us doing it, guys. That's YouTube, and I feel like there's a slowdown period or something on there that's making it good. So we'll look
I'll say
into it.
this, we have a lot, this is going to be the next, so what I want you to focus on, the next 24 hours.
That's a good question. Yeah.
So, the next 24 hours, now let's go to our severe graphic.
Yeah.
All right, so, again,
there you go.
I want to focus on the next 24 hours. We will worry about the late week system as we get closer.
Yeah.
Okay? So, again, starting tomorrow night.
You know what? I can look into it right
So once we're done tomorrow night, once our severe threat is passed, we will focus on winter weather. So again, that being said, so that also shout out to our friend at National State Transparency, as well,
you know what?
who just commented. So funny story is we need to message him later because
that's
we have a surprise for
Yeah.
him because we may be neighbors soon. But we'll go over that later. But we'll talk about that later.
The comments were turned off over here. I'm looking into it I'm looking into the YouTube deal right now, guys. So you're gonna have to take it for just a little bit.
Yeah. So one thing about it is, even though everybody's focused on the snow, me being me, I love winter weather. I am a snow fanatic. Those of you who have followed the page for 10 years, y'all know who I am. Y'all know I love it. Do I like the traffic issues? Do I like the tiredness? No, I don't. But for me, I love snow. I love the relaxation it brings. And plus, I have kids now. I love watching my kids playing it.
Derek,
yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you. I know what happened on YouTube. So the slow mode, there was a slow mode on there that's interactive. So what's going on is everyone's commenting and it's removing a comment within like 30 seconds. That's what happened.
Okay.
That's what happened. Okay, I'm taking it off, guys, and we should be good to go now. So yeah.
So again, severe weather threat tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tornado and damaging wind risk. I want to throw that out there for mainly central and southeast Arkansas. Okay, I fully expect tornado watches to be issued as early as 10 a.m. in the morning. I fully expect us to be live by noon.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest about that. I fully expect we will be live by noon tomorrow. I hope not. I hope tomorrow is another one of those days where we go through it unscathed.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think we will have a few more warnings tomorrow than what we saw last week.
You want to stay on to about 8:30? Give some more folks to come in and kind of ask questions, stuff like that. Looks like if y'all can do me a favor down on YouTube right now, can y'all please comment on YouTube? I feel like I got the issue situated, taken care of, but I kind of need some people to start commenting on there to take care of that here. So I didn't realize it was turned on. I apologize, guys. I'll look into that more for more events here. But yeah, if y'all can comment on there, let me know here and I can start seeing them. Okay, so random comment, just random comment, guys. If it doesn't take it off, then it looks like I fixed the issue here. So let's see. So this
shout out to our friends in Natural State Transparency. If you don't follow them, give them a follow. Yeah, they are great.
Great content, man. Yep. Great. I watch them all the time. We'll work on graphics over here, and they'll have them pulled up on YouTube. It's pretty good, great content over there.
Think you're out there.
Yes, sir.
Remember the photo that you showed last night on the evening video? You have that.
I think I can get it up. I'm not 100%
If you can't,
sure.
I ain't worried about it.
Okay.
I think it'd just be something fun because we have a lot of people in here.
Yeah.
So I think it would just be kind of fun towards the end of the event.
Okay. I got it up. I got it up.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Now we have a lot of people on here. Before we go any further.
Yeah.
One, I want to shout out to our folks at Firetex and to our folks at Arkansas Ankle Monitor.
Yeah.
So, this is a picture. We showed last
It's me,
time
by the
on
way,
Roku
if you hadn't
first.
figured it out.
This is what we showed on Roku first.
Yeah.
Natural State Transparency. Don't say a word. I'm sure you recognize.
I'm certain they recognize.
Okay.
It. Certain.
So, I want to throw this out there. All right. We have big things coming for you. We announced this last night on the Roku channel. We've thrown hints. We're going to throw more hints in the coming days. I want to throw this out there. You see this behind me. You see this behind camera. Okay? This setting will not be here much longer.
Yep.
It's going to be a more awesome settings.
Yep.
And we are going to be having a lot bigger things coming for y'all.
Yep.
In 2025, it is doors opening. This is what we're going into. Doors opening. New doors are opening for Arkansas weather watchers, and you, Arkansas, are the reason why we do it.
Yes, sir.
I want to throw that out there just real quick. Those of you who've been with us for 10 years, for 5 years, for 2 years, for a year, for 6 months, whatever. You're the reason why this is going to happen, folks. And shout out to all our followers, all of our sponsors. You are what have made this dream become a reality. We're going to rebuild more as we get into a quiet period, but I just wanted to show a sneak peek of what's coming.
Definitely. So, natural state transparency, don't say a word. Don't say a word. I know you see this. I know you recognize this. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. So, looks like I fixed the issue on YouTube here, guys. So, we're going to go back over to the graphics real quick. And I'm going to go back over, just kind of run through for those that are tuning in. We've got the winter weather advisory. Keep in mind, this winter weather advisory, I'm going to draw this. I have a hand up somewhere. This is going to go for 6 p.m. tomorrow, by the way, until 6 a.m. on Monday. This is not during the day, like much of your day on Sunday. This is for 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, going to 6 a.m. Monday morning. So that's what we're going to be expecting the winter weather up there in northern and northeast Arkansas. So don't wake up first thing tomorrow morning. It doesn't snow outside. We know. This is going to be tomorrow evening and tomorrow night and the first part of Monday morning. Keep this in mind. I would say this. Keep this in mind for Monday morning commute, because you got a lot of people that are going to be going back to work. You got some kiddos that are going to be going to school. Maybe a little traffic issues up there in northern northeast Arkansas. So keep that in mind for your for those that are going to be planning out your Monday, planning out your week. Keep that in mind for your Monday morning here, especially if you got to get out and travel and stuff like that on Monday here. So let's see here. My mouse is just all over the place. Give me a second. So let me take this off. There we go. So that's the winter weather advisory. That goes from 6 p.m. tomorrow to 6 a.m. on Monday. This is a severe weather threat. I think, honestly, Derek, your enhanced risk, and I'd be really shocked that they didn't do this, will probably go somewhere through here. From Pine Bluff, Eldo, Crossett, Monticello, Lake Village, that's 165, Dumas, etc.
like that.
Yeah, so...
May even squeak it out toward Helena and Stuttgart.
Yeah.
I think what's going to happen is your level 1 risk will drop south.
Yep.
What I think is you will have a sharp cutoff from your level 1 risk to your level 3, but then your level 3 will encompass much of southeast Arkansas as we head into tomorrow evening.
Yeah, and I want to stress this too, because they're supposed to start coming in. Your timing is going to go for everybody. I can make a timing map with this here, but this is going to be your generalized timing right up here from noon to 6 p.m. This is going to be a rather quick hitting severe weather event for our folks in southern and southeast Arkansas. The Arctic front is going to come in and just blast through. So this is not going to be a long, dragged out severe weather threat. This is going to end very quickly, and then it's going to get cold right behind it. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's why, James, that's really a great question. We're not expecting that level 3 to expand further into the state outside of southern and southeast Arkansas because of the fact of you're going to have to get that Arctic front's going to come through very, very quickly. So this should be an all-in done. I'd say we'll go 6 p.m. to be safe. Earliest, I'd be honest with you, probably 4 o'clock. Yeah. I think we may be completely done. Don't be surprised if we go to all clear out there at about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be pretty quick.
This is going to be one of those line of storms that will probably be booking 60 to 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's going to be quick.
I wouldn't be shocked to see thunderstorm warning issued as early as 10 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked to see, I would not be shocked. Knock on wood, we don't get any. But if a tornado warning issue, I wouldn't be shocked to see 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So, for you folks, again, if you're a pastor listening to us around the state, southern, southeastern Arkansas, central Arkansas, so this is my concern. So because we're going to be dealing with this in the morning.
Yep.
For places like Texarkana, Hope, Arkadelphia, Hot Springs, Little Rock, Cabot, Sheridan, Camden, Magnolia, El Dorado. So places like that. If you are a pastor, pay attention to the weather closely tomorrow morning from 10 a.m. to noon.
Yep.
The reason being is, if this does happen to form a little bit earlier, we could be dealing with tornado warnings early. So that's a thing to keep up with, especially for your congregations in South Arkansas. Let's just expect that possibility. Just stay weather aware.
Yep.
Could it happen? Yes. Could not happen? Yes. But
Definitely.
just in case.
Yeah, James, you may have missed this earlier in the live stream. We talked about it right out of the gate. Folks, those that are worried about the roads freezing over and stuff like that.
It's going to be windy today.
It's going to be windy. The wind is going to take care of the roads tomorrow into the Monday morning. The only reason why we're concerned about North Arkansas is because you're getting snow tomorrow night and into your Monday morning. Everybody else, Central, South Arkansas, yes, it's going to be raining. Yes, we're going to have, the roads are going to be wet, but your wind gusts are going to be 30 to 40 miles per hour. That's going to act like what is it? A hair, what is it called? You know where I'm going with this. Blow dryer. There we go. So blow dryer. Yeah. So it's going to act like a blow dryer effect. It's going to push that moisture off the roads. Yep. You got wind gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. And this is why we're not saying the flash freeze potential is there. If it was there, we'd have maps about it and stuff like that. But folks, don't worry about that. Okay, I promise you, the winds are going to be gusty. That's why we have that wind chill possibility first thing Monday morning. But the roads are going to be fine. The roads are going to be just fine as we move to Monday morning. Obviously, we'll watch North Arkansas for that snow that may happen on the roads that may cause some travel issues up there. But Central and South, you're going to be good. But it's going to be brutal Monday morning. First thing Monday morning. Make sure you have that big coat and everything, because it's going to be brutal first thing Monday morning across the area.
I do think, especially for our folks in North Arkansas, those roads will be slick.
Yeah,
it's going to be very, 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 very slick. Because those temperatures are going to be low. They are going to be in the teens and the 20s. But that being said, every else in the state will be.
Yeah.
So again,
this is going to be the tornado threat.
Yes.
More. Go ahead.
So again, I want you to pay attention to this graphic. Cameron, I want you to pay attention to this graphic. This is the tornado risk for tomorrow. Our tornado threat is low, but it is definitely far from zero.
Yeah, definitely, guys. And
I know everybody's out for snow. Once again, we're going to reiterate this here at the end of this screen. Tornado threat. Watch it. Pay attention to it.
Yep.
Because again, if you have storm damage and we have damage from severe weather, power outage will be a thing, and it's going to be cold. When we drop below freezing,
you're done.
You may not see freezing again, especially if we get winter weather like we till possibly Sunday.
Yeah.
Again, you can go a week below freezing, especially in North Arkansas.
Definitely. So that's something that we got to. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Just something that we're going to monitor, guys. And I want to make this clear too, guys. It's not us, trying to be like, oh, we don't like winter weather or something like that. We do. Okay.
Yep.
Well, we just got to be straightforward with you guys. If there's a severe threat, we're going to tell you all about it. And that's something that's, I promise you, it's going to be quick. It's not going to be anything that's going to be drawn out for a day or two, anything like that. You have a window from noon tomorrow to about 6 o'clock. That's where your severe threat's going to be. After 6, guess what me and Derek are going to be doing? We're going to be talking about cold. We're going to be talking about wind chills. We're going to talk about that winter weather event on Thursday and Friday.
Yep.
We go full winter mode once we get past 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. We just got to get through that part because we're on the warm side of things of this system. Obviously, we're going to have to watch, like I said before, down there. I would say your highest tornado threat will probably be ranging from Eldo up towards Pine Bluff, Stuttgart, Helena, south and east from there. You got folks in northeast Louisiana. You got folks in West Mississippi. I do realize a lot of people are still trying to get back home for the New Year's that are traveling south. Give them a heads up, too, because if you think the tornado risk is high here, it's going to be even a little higher down there in northeast Louisiana and into Mississippi here. So those that are going to be traveling tomorrow, trying to get back home, trying to get things back to a normal cycle, give them a heads up. Tell them what they're getting into. Same applies if you're heading north. If you're going towards Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, up in the Midwest, the Ohio Valley. That's where you're going to have to watch that major winter storm potential.
As a matter of fact, police in Kansas, Missouri, Illinois have said travel is highly discouraged, not recommended. The interstates are being closed.
Wow.
Because of the blizzard potential up there, ice and snow threat up there. So again, if you don't have to travel north, don't.
That's why folks that have to get back home to Kansas, Missouri, the northern part of the country here. That's something that, man, Arkansas is literally caught in the middle between a pretty decent severe weather event and a winter storm to the north if you move into tomorrow here. Steven's got a good point and a good question. Does this storm have any bust potential with the lack of storm fuel?
So storm fuel is plenty tomorrow.
Plenty, yes.
Arctic front will be your saving grace.
Correct.
If the front moves too faster, so let's say for instance, all right, so you have storms go up, right? But all of a sudden, here comes your front underneath. Well, guess what? Arctic air
acts like a sword, it slashes through it.
And will slash through, so your updrafts will do this and just collapse.
Yeah.
And then all you're left with is a rain event.
Yeah.
That's our best case scenario.
Yeah.
I think your line of storm will be just ahead enough to where, because it's going to move at 70 miles an hour, the Arctic front is just behind it. So once storms get going, they're going to move off that front and keep going.
Yeah.
So again, any storms that develop in front of the cold front will have the greatest tornado threat.
Yeah.
Your line of storms will have your greatest damaging winds.
Definitely.
So again, a lot to go over. We will be here with you, Arkansas, throughout this event. Both severe weather and winter weather will be live as needed all day tomorrow. If you don't have it, download our Roku channel, download our Fire Stick TV. It has 24/7 weather, forecast, weather graphics, all of it. Yeah. And we're going to be adding the winter weather stuff to it this evening. That way you are alert of your winter weather advisory, when storm watches, etc. Whatever goes out you will be there. You see the scroller at the bottom of your screen. We will have school closings hopefully on it as well at some point throughout this week as we update that. That's kind of trial and error thing. So, but we will have constant weather advisory weather throughout this event going forward.
Yeah, so I'm going to skip over to the next graphic here. There's your damage and wind threat for tomorrow here. And then there's your snowfall potential as we move into tomorrow and into your Monday morning here. Jake, you got a really good comment. I'm going to spare everybody 6 hours of talking about this because there's an essay of what's going on here. I'll just put it simple in layman's terms. It's your overall pattern. It's your pattern. That's the reason why you're kind of in a battle between winter weather and severe weather right now here, because it's we'll call it simple terms: cold air advection versus warm air advection. Warm air advection, that's your warm air coming out from the Gulf of Mexico. Then you have your cold air that's up there in the northern plains, Midwest, Ohio Valley. That's trying to come south. You've got a clash right in the middle, and guess where Arkansas is? Right in the middle of said clash. That's why you have your winter threat, your major winter storm threat to the north of Arkansas, outside of North Arkansas tomorrow with the wraparound. And then you have your severe threat down there in southern and southeastern Arkansas. But right in the middle is where Arkansas is right now. And that's why you have that battle between severe weather and winter weather as we move into tomorrow. You see these events maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times in a year. Mainly in winter times, and occasion you see it in spring. You see in the spring, it's a pretty decent chance you're going to be dealing with a tornado outbreak. But you see this from time to time throughout the year. And this is just one of those dynamic systems here. So let me see here. Let me go over that real quickly here. So yeah, I love this comment too. More folks in Sheridan need to watch this page. I don't know who they're getting information from, but they didn't want the chicken nuggets out at Walmart. It's good chicken nuggets. Highly recommend getting the one from the raceback one. But let's see. But yeah, right now we're just watching next week. I just want to make that clear. We're watching next week. We're not expecting any sort of massive winter storm as we move into tomorrow, guys. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I've gone over everything. There's your snowfall potential for tomorrow, and then this is kind of how we are right now with Thursday and Friday. Those that are tuning in, I want to stress, things will change between now and Thursday. So you're going to see a lot of maps thrown at you, all that. You're going to have a ton of information thrown at you over the next 24. I'd say pretty much from now all the way to Thursday, you're going to have a ton of information thrown your way here. So just be patient with us. We're going to try to break it down as much as possible. But just fair warning, it's going to be a lot of information thrown at you guys as we just talk right here. Derek, what do you got?
Okay, and that's about it. I mean, as we continue to just follow everything along. Again, we will be here all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Watching Severe Threat, and then of course getting ready for our winter event later on in the week.
Yeah, Tim, I see your comment in the thing. I'll have a timing map on the page. That will take care of your timing comments. Also, thank you for getting that on YouTube. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it, Derek. I think we've gone over everything. What do you got?
So again, download that Roku channel, download that Fire Stick TV, because that is 24/7 weather. That will keep you updated and give you around the clock weather coverage. Folks. It is Arkansas Weather Watchers on Roku and Fire TV. Eventually, we will have Apple as well. That's something that we're going to be working on. Probably a summertime deal.
Yeah.
As we can continue for that, but again,
I think I have the graphic. Okay. There we go.
So,
it's cropped out, but it's okay. Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I don't. Go ahead.
All right. So once again, it is Arkansas Weather Watchers on Roku and Fire TV.
Yeah.
You get
it's cropped out like that.
You get 6-day forecasts.
Yeah.
That are handmade, not computer generated. You get local conditions all day long. You get all types of alerts. You get regional radar, futurecast radar, 8 to 14 day looks. You get all that. It is basically the Weather Channel, but for Arkansas. This man right here across from me has done extensive work on it all summer, all fall long to get it out for you. as we move into the new year, this is going to be something that will be your go-to, and it is the only one of its kind in Arkansas.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm going through all the comments right now. I got James comment, and he says for Monday morning in Northern Arkansas. Yes, Destiny, that's going to be first thing Monday morning. That's where you're going to have a snow event up there in Northern Arkansas. It's not going to be winter storm. It's just going to be probably a quick hitting amount of snow, and then that's going to be it with the parting system. I think that's it in terms of everything here, guys. So that's pretty much it. That's all we got for you guys right now. Obviously, we'll be back here. We'll give you guys live updates, stuff like that throughout the day tomorrow. We got a severe threat down there in center and southeast Arkansas, the winter weather event, late tomorrow night and Monday, and then obviously all attention turns to whatever occurs as we move into late next week, and major implications with as we move into next week with the snowpacks of north. All that stuff's just got to be figured out, guys. So for myself, Chief Forecaster Cameron, and
Derek here again. We will keep you updated right here in your source for all things Arkansas weather.